Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to that exciting, riveting, and amazing, spectacular Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda. He lives like defender of the fatherland. Off here to glorious 1v1 on Nexus. In the west, it is the angry Dutchman fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland. Here rolling out with the 9th Panzer featuring Ostrom, Blitzkrieg, and Spearhead with Panzerfaust, mines, and anti-tank and bulletins. Best niece, it is PFC. Fighting for America, freedom, democracy. Here with the 6th Armored Division. Straight to airborne with Pathfinders, 50 cals, paratroopers, airdrop anti-tank guns, and the P-47 rocket strafe here with Triple Infantry. And as always, a big hearty thanks to my paid supporters, these champions, these heroes of the Propagandacast are keeping the business. You too can join the heroic ranks and become part of the almost godlike elite. Or you can always just donate, a link in the description for the Patreon or PayPal. And of course, as always, comment, like, share, subscribe, press the bell button, keep the YouTube algorithms flowing in my favour. So we're off to the races here. We've got an early Pathfinder out here for PFC, allowing to sort of aggressively skip in timings there. The sort of same thing you did with the Ostrom before that got nerfed. You just, used to like quickly get out a unit faster. And that way, get more presence early on there. Meanwhile, we got angry Dutchman focusing hard north here with his pioneers and MG42, keeping them together. Going to be basically following up here to then secure the following terrain there. That is shall I say, one way of doing a camping order. By the way, like have some units in each one's rush for points, and then you just have like the following units then secure the resource lines, if you will. Second Grenadier squad here for angry Dutchman. In the south there we got some beacons up here from PFC. Hey Carl, yeah, where do we keep all of this stuff anyways? Our pockets. I don't think our pockets can carry all that equipment, plus the batteries. Shut up, Joe. God damn it. Grab the point here, tank traps in the centre. Up north, Pioneers coming moving ahead here. Second round going with PFC. Freedom and democracy. Steady advance here, no shots fired yet. That's about to change the reasons of them one carbines, firing out the Pioneer. Respond with the MP40s, going to be following up. Of course, in the actual war, Pioneers are actually equipped with Carnot TKs, and they're basically just equipped like a Grenadier squad, of course, more Pioneer equipment. Fun fact. Grenadiers was a Rifle squad. Pioneers moving ahead. More Grenadiers on the way there for angry Dutchman. Imamia Grenadier. Racing got the Grenadier here. Pioneers also switching about. We got the base here, more Rifle squad arriving there for PFC. No fast tech here though. Kind of looking like he's going to go for some tech soon, but no sign of it yet. Lieutenant or Captain, what shall be PFC's poison here? Third in this one, almost on there for angry Dutchman. Just scrummaging around here, machine moving up into pressure here, and all of PFC's forces caught out in the open. This could be a great development there for angry Dutchman. Just press all of them, push, sent them packing. And there you go, PFC is teching, and it is indeed the Lieutenant. Standard choice there for most American players in a 1v1 matchup. You do, of course, see some cases going for the Captain, but typically most American players will favour the Lieutenant because it does work a bit better on 1v1s. Bit of scrummaging here, pressing hard here, machine caught in a bit of awkward position still. Should be able to deal here with PFC's forces. PFC those being great terrain here to negate some of the incoming fire from angry Dutch and make it harder for the machine to be used against them. Thumbs up to PFC. Really good reading the situation. Can squad need to retreat by the way. The Pathfinders can actually wipe them out if they're not careful. And the South Rifle squad manages to wheel away to get behind the angry Dutch in the front line. Going for 4th Grenadier squad. Very heavy tier 1 here. This could possibly get punished here by a fast vehicle then from PFC where to rush on M20. This could get a bit spicy there for angry Dutch. And there go machine turning around here, still then heavy cover, and thus they are hard to suppress, but still there's a bit of damage. And ultimately, at this rate, PFC will likely have to fall back. Still intense fighting here. Heavy bleeding on both sides. Pathfinders flying away there. Pioneer there, almost being taken out there by the Amerikanen. And the South Rifle squad flying away there as well. Looks like angry Dutchman came ahead on this engagement against PFC in the end. We got their mechanized command post up for PFC and the Americans back here to reinforcing tech for angry Dutchman. Doctrinally, I mean, none of the doctrines really work well with a lot of Grenadiers. None of them synergize well. It's not like, say, German infantry or Jaeger infantry, Latin working just to say upgrade them well with a lot of veteran Grenadiers or G43, see? That's it's not bad to go for 4 Grenadiers, but, typically if you're going for that many Grenadiers, I'd argue you may want to have, like, a point of synergy with them, personally. But again, that's just my point of view here. Grenadiers think about, you got the beacon spotted there, lots of beacon in the south here from PFC. Thumbs up, thorough work. North of machine in there, though, thwarted by sandbags laid down by the German army. Verdammt Ludwig, they're using our sandbags against us, so it's verdammt Amerikanen. Yeah, so scheiß-eating bastards. Anyway, south what's here centre, we got Pioneers, Pathfinders here, flanking up behind the grenadiers. Then before 2 can make things a bit dicey there. At the same time, he's pushing at the southern fuel point here. Angry Dutchman has actually split up his forces a bit here, opening up for a possible wedge push here by PFC to basically split Angry Dutchman further in half here. This could get uncomfortable. And there we go, the northern force routed, leaving the southern force also a bit more exposed here from a harder push from PFC. That said, yes, grab the southern fuel point, but of course the question becomes at what cost? I'd like to make a nice company up there. PFC is going to go for the Steward. Again, could have rushed out the M20 here, but of course the Steward is, while a bit slower, also the safer choice, arguably. So no, I don't blame him for that. I do not blame him. More beacons from PFC, certainly putting a virtue in intelligence gathering. Very good there, thumbs up. South, the opponents being seized by the Grenadier, including one fairly depleted squad. Armored car almost down there for Angry Dutchman, the 222 armored cars, 222, but later replaced by a armored car based off the 250 half-track, or the 250C, I believe. Fun fact there, actually, which actually had the exact same turret mount, just on the 250 half-track. That was basically it, because the 222 armored car was actually not very good off-road due to just being full-wheeled. So, little fun fact there. Armored car getting returned, the Pathfinders and unpacking, ambushing away there for PFC to provide healing for his troops, very good. Bit more to go for and say go for paratroopers, if he does go for them. We got the Steward out though, and I'm saying yet here for Angry Dutchman, and I don't think we've been seeing any telemines. So, there's going to be like any immediate way here of actually stopping the Steward from rampaging through Angry Dutchman's lines, except, Pantherfast and home to get some damage in with the armored car. There you go, Dust threatening the Pantherfast and the South View victory pumping seas there by PFC. Good maneuvering from both sides so far, good maneuvering. Steward falling a bit back here. Back in the base there for PFC, troops healing and forcing, got a 50 caliber being airdropped, thumbs up. Of course, you don't have to do that, of course, it just, again, if you don't use munitions, going for the airdrop machine is typically also just cheaper then. So guessing the weapon racks here from PFC anytime soon. And of course, you can just later on begin airdropping anti-tank guns. Meanwhile, Angry Dutchman with the Pack 40, he could theoretically himself, go for Oswald doctrine, just to go for the supply drops and get a Pack 40 and MU-34 plus resources up. That could be an option. Not that I really see any players have done. I think I've seen one player do that. But yeah, that's about it. I don't think he's going to do it, but it is an option here that Angry Dutchman could theoretically consider on paper. That said, it would actually be slower than getting the Pack at 40 out now, so obviously not a great idea. But, it's... Oh! Good rifle grenade there from Angry Dutchman. Does swap on the reaction squad, preventing PFC from, let's say, spotting any mines anytime soon with Angry Dutchman to suddenly start laying down telemines. So, that's a possibility here for Angry Dutchman now to consider exploiting versus PFC. Of course, it's the lack of, ability to spot them. That said, PFC rapidly replacing them. Possibly to make sure that his opponent actually doesn't quickly begin laying down telemines against him. Certainly sensible. Heading for the southern fuel point. The Angry Dutchman feels a bit scattered across the map here, like he wants both the southern and northern fuel point, meaning he's not really holding any of them particularly well, making it easy for PFC to just play around Angry Dutchman at times. Is that saying that something I think he needs to be a bit mindful of. Something needs to be a bit mindful of here. Armored Car Rifle Squad, punching away with the all-two cannons, Steward falling back here as well. South there, Lieutenant moving up there, grabbing the southern fuel point, denying it to Angry Dutchman as well in the process. Could begin dropping in air paratroopers here. Mr. PFC will of course see that is what he does. Rifle getting it off here on the rifle squad, pushing them back. PFC decides not to hang around to find out what happens further. At 40 there, basically up north, but then of course PFC strikes elsewhere. Good fluid handling in the Steward. Makes it hard of course for Angry Dutchman to predict where these light tanks are going to be, and that way have the Pack 40 ready. In particular on a map like Nexus where there's a lot, well, rubbish, they can actually make it hard to set up with Pack 40 in a really good dominating position. So good maneuvering there by PFC, good maneuvering. Rifle squad being caught with the Grenadier. No squads yet upgraded here for Angry Dutchman, of course partly due to the munition shortage. They've got to catch the Pack 4, that is definitely dangerous there for Angry Dutchman. Another machine gun here for Angry Dutchman. Not bad, but honestly a mortar might actually be a good idea if not better. And we got PFC with the Doctor now, paratroopers. That would actually, warrant another machine gun for sure, so not a bad idea there. Still a Doctor for Angry Dutchman, but the paratroopers here landing down there in the middle of everything. PFC here clearly fearless. Bold. American. I ain't afraid of no squirrels. Anyways, Baker's squad has landed. Leipzig goes for Thompson. Oh, he does go for Thompson's. 2 thumbs up there to PFC. Yes. I definitely like Thompson upgrades. As again, they are effectively, as I keep stating, in terms of in-game stats, better assault rifles for whatever arcane reasons were decided on there. Plus, they get tactical assault, which means they can really lay down an absolute just murder fight instead of a good attack, for example. So that's why I prefer Thompson paratroopers, because again they can absolutely murder infantry and at times just melt it away there before the opponent has a chance to react. In particular, get 2 of them going. So falling back here. North England is being flanked here by the rifle squad. Well, flanked and flanked, but they're definitely not in a great spot. Need to retreat here, I think. If they had a light machine gun, I think they could have maybe held out for a bit longer, but with just rifles there, the only sensible choice was just to get them the devil out of there before they got turned into mincemeat. Back hedge reinforcing healing for PFC, no sign of attack. Angry Dutchman's not taking either. Second machine gun has arrived, setting up here. Not the best setup, as you might notice. There's what you'd call a pretty large blind angle here, where the machine gun basically can't hit, you know, well, it can hit something, but it's not something American. And the same being airdropped here for PFC, probably with the armored car, but also in case Angry Dutchman's rushing up medium armor against them, having the M1 anti-tank and ready is just really good. So, a very sensible call in there by PFC. Plus, again, paying munitions for it as well means it's just discounted, so it's not like he delays his own teching or anything else too significantly either with it. 5th car there. Ooh, armor piercing rounds being laid up already. Bit of skirmishing there. That said, Angry Dutchman not putting in a big response to defend the fuel point. I definitely feel like he's focusing too much on the center itself and not enough on the resources, which is, I find, always dangerous, in particular as the Wehrmacht. You definitely want, like, at least, if not a fuel advantage, you want fuel parity with your opponent. Because you're really just, like, you know, very reliant on the Wehrmacht, I find, is to just push ahead the support as fast as possible and hitting the opponent with either Austrians, Panther 4s, or Stubes, and again, just ignoring tier 4. Which means, again, you definitely want the support as fast as possible. So, right here, the Angry Dutchman could definitely work a bit on his timings. But anyways, paratroop hits suppressed. Close call there, though. Machine's definitely forming up a fairly decent arc of fire. Armored car shoots this. Pack 40 shoots this, so it doesn't hit. Paratroop there. Oh, grenade over the Pioneers. Almost wipes them. There you go. Gets unsuppressed. The Pioneers could go down here. This suddenly turned very out here for Angry Dutchman. Machine is there. Oh, outflanked by the paratroopers. 6 kills, Vexings 1. The situation just completely got upended. There you go. Tactical assault and the paratroopers wipe the machine gun crew. No mercy there. That said, of course, they do take more damage, although they're easy to hit with tactical assault active, but at the same time, if you know how to time it, you can usually, like, you know, negate that little bit there. That's usually the show, say the trick to using the abilities, knowing when and when not to activate it. Didn't grab the machine gun, which is supposed to be a bit of luck there for Angry Dutchman. That was definitely not great. He's getting back the northern fuel pump, but we see here already now PFC's launching a counterattack to get that back from the goddamn crowds. Power plant being shot to bits against the 3 echelons. Back here, nothing going there for Angry Dutchman. Pack 40 being hauled northwards, they're really low on health. Fairly risky, but he's obviously hoping to catch the Steward and finish it off here once and for all. Still no Doctrine though. Back here, the troops reinforcing healing here for PFC. We got the Major on the way. Angry Dutchman still not teching. Well, at this point, you can usually, I think, tech and then see rush out some more. There you go. Finally got tech here for Angry Dutchman as well. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. But still no Doctrine. Machine holding up here. Pack repositioning. May want to put it back to base for at least some reinforcements. That could be a fairly decent investment. Right, pushing south into Grenadiers there. 5th gun ring ahead, and there you go, Major out for PFC, a major move. Gonna look up in the north, could try and like poke ahead a bit further, grab some more points away from PFC, run just remaining statically defending here. In fact, I feel like that's where the machine gun should be, like in the building. He wants to like something car up in the north, it should be a machine gun team. Obviously, I can understand like wanting to create like, you know, zones for control around the center of the map, making it harder for PFC to move there, but you know, he definitely wants something to like, you know, at least defend the fuel a bit better. But oh well. Or at least you could, you know, defend the center, I think, from a better line of defense where, you know, basically sort of puts it up around here. That way he covers the center, but he also effectively puts up a screen around the northern fuel point. Whereas right now, he's not really screening particularly well Anyway, Sherman weather for PFC, very good for him. No support call yet for Angry Dutchman. That should definitely be the priority right now for him. That should absolutely be the priority. Machine gun, there's the 50 cal there. Now, of course, manned by Pathfinders, so we have to make full use of the range. It's a bit of a sneaky trick there. Finishes in south here, the Stewart. Prepared to going for deep flank. Bold move here by Angry Dutchman. Well, not PFC, I mean not Angry Dutchman. Nothing boldly, getting flanked boldly. And there you go, almost getting against one wipe here in the case. The only thing that saves the Grenadiers is actually the armoured car moving in to push around the paratroops. It was really, really well executed flank here by PFC. If not for that armoured car, though, that could have gotten a lot more painful here for Angry Dutchman. So, thumbs up, that's PFC. Sherman almost done. Stuart Busconi's in the south there. Pack 40 being held southwards. Support crop there for Angry Dutchman. Very good. The south gun is routed here. We got the M4 fleet Sherman out here for PFC, freedom and democracy. Me switching on to high explosive rounds, obviously not too concerned about any armour from Angry Dutchman anytime soon. I'm taking this spot here by the Grenadier. Sherman flanking. That's going to be a good treat there. In fact, almost takes out the entire Grenadier squad. Likely they could actually get wiped here. And that Pack 40 is just being driven all across the place. There you go, wipe the Grenadiers, highlighting just the sheer potency of the high explosive rounds on the Sherman. It is really good at murdering infantry. So there you go, so Pomagop can go for Panther 4s. You could also consider some Stugs and mixing them in some Ostwinds. But the Panther 4s are nice, I would say, middle ground here, baseline. Just really fitting both infantry and the armour. Then you say always just fill up afterwards, or the Stugs or Ostwinds, depending on what he wants to murder hard, I suppose. Jumping back the Pioneers there. We could just keep going for Panther 4s, which is also just, you know, a viable strategy. Make no mistake. Armoured car knocked out finally here, bit of a blow there to Angry Dutchman. Loses a strong control tool here versus PFC's infantry. Angry Dutchman finally going for Dr. Ball. It is Blitzkrieg with Panther Tactician. Tactical movement. Recon overflight, command tanks, and the Stuka close air support ability. I imagine we'll be seeing a command tank develop on that Panther 4 here versus PFC's forces. Befehls Panzerkampfwagen 4. Makes his troops a bit tougher, but of course also has a good anti-infantry performance. Once the command update releases, whenever that happens in the near future, also can you do some other nice stuff. Like fire smoke shells. Which is always handy. Back here, troops reinforcing, getting ready for the next big push. Northeast showing about here for them, and we got air recon from Angry Dutchman. Thumbs up. Intelligence is always a good thing to have in your opponent's movements and positions. Big push in the north, Grenadiers, Panther 4. Nobody's bringing up with Panther 4, hoping to flank there, hoping the infantry pack draws attention. Sneaky. Shoots with the Panther 4, misses, but unfortunately here, Lieutenant could be wiped out. He will definitely be painful for the PFC. Holy smokes, he didn't pay attention there. Was too preoccupied, full wiped out that set. As long as he can take up zone there, going again. Note the way that PFC just like hucks as much as possible into some pieces of range going for deep flank. In this case, though, Angry Dutchman was ready with a massive line of machine guns. But imagine who wasn't. That could have been painful there. Nice attempt to flank there by PFC. Thumbs up. Stood here as the Panther 4. Panther gets a hit. Could of course stun shell it. Got the anti-tank gun nearby. But the gun is ready and got the pack floating up there. Stuart finally goes down there. But almost got the anti-tank as well. Sherman taking hits as well. This is going to be fairly close. Command tank is an option. He could of course also go for a Panther 4 here. Didn't get the anti-tank and they didn't get the Sherman. I think that was a great miss opportunity by Angry Dutchman. I think he should have made the attempt here to finish off both of them. Because if he had, I think PFC would be in a really bad position. But oh well. We still got the Steward, got a command tank on the way here for Angry Dutchman and Deutschland. There you go, Befehls Panzerkampfwagen 4. North here, Panther 4's the infantry, Grenadiers firing well as well, they got ace level. Ralph goes advancing here. Shots fired, Grenadiers being slowly whittled down. Back at base troops reinforcing healing here for Angry Dutchman. Machine gun versus machine gun. Back at troops reinforcing healing for PFC, fixing up the Sherman. We got finish 65 to finish 67. Pretty close fight here in some respects. And otherwise, though PFC really has good map control right now versus Angry Dutchman. Partly, I think, through larger numbers of infantry at the moment. Even with Lieutenant being wiped, he still has, you know, like 4 infantry squads, including one fairly elite one. Versus, you know, just 3 Grenadiers here from Angry Dutchman. He may want to consider a Panzer Grenadier squad. He'll need small Grenadiers. Jackson tanks away for PFC. Ground points here and there. Definitely re-establishing some sort of frontline sensibility here for Angry Dutchman. Another anti-tank gun ready. That's definitely further bad news for Angry Dutchman's medium arm. In fact, we see the PFC is really just hitting hard on that button. He's probably feeling fairly confident in his infantry, anti-infantry abilities with the paratroops and the Sherman with high explosive rounds. So he just figures he can just get enough anti-tank weapons out there, he can just basically roll over Angry Dutchman. So strategically makes sense there for PFC. I think that's a fairly good read on the situation. I'd still like to see some artillery from the other side, like mortars maybe, but you know, that's a minor detail at this point, I think. Air recons again here though from Angry Dutchman. Consistent, thumbs up. Consistency is always an important thing. Jackson almost done there for PFC. And the 6th Armoured Division, Panther 4 holding back, machinery up there. Back at base, nothing happening there, thank you, Dutchman. Could consider Stu, but at the same time, Panther needs something else to further assist with this. It could be the Ostwind, for example. Could also, since he's up against Airborne, help deal with the P-47 rocket stray threat there. So I think an Ostwind might actually be a good choice here for Angry Dutchman for now, then follow up with a Stug. Another flank from the paratroop again. He's really just going hard on the flank for the paratroop. I'd really like to see that. Really good stuff there. Even like he gets fairly unlucky with them, he's tactically doing what is correct with them though. And there you go, P-47 called in here. Definitely no time for an Ostwind to save his bacon now. And there you go, got it. The command tank paratroop is now going through the lines here. Tank force being hammered by the US Air Force. Paratroop just tank for everything. Anti-tank crew exterminated. Grenadiers falling apart here. Machine crew also exterminated. It's a brutal kick straight to the stomach there against Angry Dutchman here by PFC. 14 kills from those paratroops. There you go. Attacks of that sort being popped here. Green try with grenades in the treating units here, but there you go. Grenadiers are being slaughtered by the paratroops with the tactical assault. It really does a lot of damage. And as you can see, they can be used to be wiping out the treating units. It also works by with the same with tactical advance on these stormtroopers with MP40s. It's fairly good. Obviously, not nearly as good because there's a shorter range of effects. But there you go. Light machine guns and bazookas dropped there by Angry Dutchman as well. They're just brutal. Brutal. And really just highlights why I think Paratroop Thompsons are great. And of course, abilities like tactical assault are great. I do admit to missing their assault rifle on the stormtroopers as well. But oh well. The MP40s though are still pretty good. But they don't quite have that same ability to like wipe as easily because again of shorter range. But they can still wipe quite well though. Just, you know, there's more of a drop off so the units have a better chance of getting away technically. It's a bit of a standoff here. That said, Angry Dutchman came out definitely a bit worse than that. He's lost another infantry squad and meanwhile PFC's lost nothing. In fact, he's got a rifle squad now with a light machine gun. So that's a bit bad news there for Angry Dutchman. Picks up the Panther falls up north. Grab a northern field point there, and he's been dispatched. Not really been much action in the south from Angry Dutchman after a certain point. Just kind of forgotten. North field is with the Major. Panther forming in against the Major as well. The Felix Panzerkampfwagen 4 pack 40 ready as well. What will Angry Dutchman do next? Possibly another Panther 4 for now. Yup. That said, he very badly needs infantry. Paired from the move again here for PFC. Machine holding up there. Panther Force living fixed up. I want being fixed up as well there, or at least in need of fixing up a bit. Not really, actually. Paratrooping further northwards, looks like we're going to see another deep flank here from the paratroopers. I really like this. I mean, most players just never bother with flanks because, like this, because it takes too much time and so they can't be asked to do it. But PFC clearly understands that sometimes, you know, a good flank is worth taking the time to, you know, execute. So, 2 thumbs up there to PFC. It's like, you know, good meal. Sometimes a good meal takes, you know, the right amount of time it takes. And similarly, a good flank takes the time it takes, you know, good proper execution. He's definitely got something lined up there like that. Panther 4 sending out here for Angry Dutchman. Got his own air support lined up. Ooh, this could get fairly spicy. This is, I think, where he would really want a mortar to throw another smoke screen for, then pushing in for somebody's planning here to push ahead against his opponent, because that way he could disrupt PFC's defenses, make it hard for them to coordinate fire against the tanks. There you go, pushing ahead. Probably should have sent in the Blitzkrieg Panther 4 first, rushed it in, then called in the smoke screens with it, covering up the other tank. There you go, called in supporting as well there. Infantry support, though, is not there. That's definitely a mistake there by him as well. It means there's nothing to really help clear out the support ones and whatnot. We got lots of aircraft just screaming across there. Got the Jackson, nice, but the Panther 4's now kind of stuck with damage and getting low and healthy. And again, the Infantry could have helped here is nowhere near to be seen, so there's not much help to deal with all the anti-tank guns and support weapons. Meaning now the tanks are likely going to be cleaned up here. You got the Gunners finding him, but there you go. Key for some strafe there, knocks out another Panther 4. Leaving him just with a command tank and, well, one heavily damaged Panther 4, which is probably going to get knocked out any time as well. There, Gunners was rather scored. Damage from the Panther 4 command tank, knocking out the main gun as well. Gunners suppressed here, more Pioneers flanking Dutchman. Purge was finding in again, flanking here up behind. Angry Dutchman support weapons, just hosing them down there. Command Aura doesn't do anything at this point, they're just being mauled. There you go, Panther 4 down, command tank barely operable. Ace Love, there we go. Angry Dutchman is out. GG. Game over. Really just again a good match, I think. Bit shorter, but again I felt it just like was a good match with a good action, and again just really highlights just how good Peerage with the Thompson are when they're handled by a good player. So 2 thumbs up. That's PFC. I mean, nice play by Angry Dutchman. Definitely tactically, I think he made some mistakes there. Also would like to see some Panzergrenadiere. But he also, I think, at times, like, focusing on the wrong points on the map, they should have pushed for Helmer faster. I mean, even consider, like, rushing on Ostman and then backing up with a Stug or something else here versus PFC. But there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match, though. Hope you liked it. Hope you gave you some matches. Hope it made you appreciate Peerage with the Thompsons a bit more. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell friends, tell family, then tell your enemies. This is Imperial Cheers. Thank you for watching. Episode tomorrow again for a nice episode. Bye.